Okay, so let's just jump right in. What if doing good for the world wasn't just, a nice-to-have thing? What if it was actually the smartest, most profitable way to run your business? That's the huge idea we're going to unpack right now.
For the longest time, this has been the big question, right? This constant tug-of-war between doing good and making money. It's always felt like you have to pick one. Can you really serve both masters, or does profit always have to come out on top? For decades, the answer seemed pretty clear. Yeah, doing good is bad for business. The old playbook, it had one rule, and one rule only: profit above all else. Everything else, social impact, the environment, that was just an externality. Basically a problem for someone else to deal with. It was a total zero-sum game. For the business to win, somebody or something had to lose.
But here's the thing, that's starting to change. Big time. That old way of thinking, it's not just old-fashioned, it's actually turning out to be super risky. You end up with fragile supply chains, a terrible company culture, and a brand that could just collapse overnight. So the new playbook isn't about giving up profits, not at all. It's about building something stronger, more resilient, by making purpose part of its very DNA.
Okay, so that brings us to the new strategy, profitable good. And look, this isn't just putting a new name on an old idea. You've probably heard of the triple bottom line, right? The whole people, planet, profit thing. This new strategy takes that foundation and adds a brand new, absolutely crucial ingredient that, well, it changes the entire game.
So here it is. We've still got the classic 3 Ps: people, planet, profit. You got to take care of your team, be responsible with the environment, and stay financially healthy. But the real game changer here is that 4th P, purpose. Purpose is your why. It's the difference between just ticking a box for compliance and genuinely believing in what you're doing. It's what turns a boring checklist into a vibrant, living culture.
All right, this might sound a little abstract, so let's make it super concrete. We're going to take the simplest business imaginable, a lemonade stand, and show you how it can be totally transformed into a powerhouse for profitable good. This is where we stop talking theory and start getting practical.
So, how do we do it? Our tool for this is something called the Business Model Canvas. The easiest way to picture it, just think of it as the brain of your business. It's a one-page map that shows how all the different parts, from your suppliers to your customers, all connect and work together.
Okay, so if we think about the canvas as a brain, the left side is all about logic and logistics. This is the how it gets done stuff. Who are your key partners? Where do you get your lemons and your cups? What are the key things you have to do every day? Every single one of these decisions, every single one, is a chance to make a more sustainable choice. Now, let's flip over to the right side of the brain. This is the more emotional, creative side. This is all about people, about connections. Who are your customers? How do you build a real relationship with them? How do they find you? This is where that purpose we talked about really comes to life. It's how you build a loyal community, not just a customer list. So what does this actually look like for our little lemonade stand? Well, instead of just buying the cheapest lemons, maybe you partner with a local organic farm. Instead of just hiring anyone, maybe you create meaningful jobs for people in your community. You could even create a buy one, give some model where every cup sold helps a local charity. All of a sudden, it's not just a cup of lemonade anymore, is it? It's a symbol of something much bigger. And please don't think this is just some feel-good charity work. This is smart business. Check out this number. All the way back in 2001, the market for eco-friendly, ethical products was already worth almost $14 billion. Can you even imagine what that number looks like today? Consumers are practically screaming for these kinds of businesses. This isn't just doing good, this is tapping into a massive, growing market.
So, okay, the opportunity is huge, we get that. But who's going to build all these amazing businesses? Well, that's where you come in. The entrepreneur, the innovator, the person with the idea. Because here's the real secret. This whole transformation doesn't start with a spreadsheet. It starts inside your own head. It starts with your mindset.
Look, we all start somewhere on this entrepreneurial journey, right? Maybe you just have an interest, a little spark. Or maybe you've already spotted an opportunity and you're starting to build. It doesn't matter if you're at stage 1 or stage 7. The point is, wherever you are right now, you can make the choice to build sustainability into the very core of what you do.
And this next part, this is my favorite part. So many of the traits that society sometimes labels as weaknesses can actually be your greatest strengths in business. Things like impulsivity, high energy, intense creativity, a different way of looking at the world. These are entrepreneurial superpowers. These traits, often linked with neurodiversity, are what drive real, game-changing innovation. They aren't things to be fixed, they are assets to be unleashed.
So if there's just one thing you remember from all this, let it be this quote. Sustainability is a mindset, not just a checklist. It's not about filling out a form or writing a report just to say you did it. It's a way of thinking. It's a creative, dynamic approach that sees every single business decision as an opportunity to do better.
Which brings it all back to you. I want you to forget the grand 5-year plans for just a second. Let's make it simple. Think about what you're doing right now, your job, your side project, that idea that's been rattling around in your head. What's the one small, tangible choice you can make tomorrow to be a little more sustainable? What's that first step?